Adam was a little 4-year-old boy, beautiful blonde hair, brown skin, everybody's parent, dream child. And one day he got sick. He just vomited on a Friday in we had a mobile home in British Bay during the summer, and he got sick. We didn't think anything of it. We just thought it was a tummy bug. And in 3 days later, he was admitted into hospital, still vomiting, not being able to drink. He was getting dehydrated. And upon admission into hospital, he had a seizure and went into a coma. We had no idea what was wrong with him. And then a brain scan later revealed a very aggressive and very advanced brain tumour. And we, after an operation, we lost Adam within less than 24 hours of being admitted into hospital. So Adam is our little angel. He was sent here for a special little reason, and we were very privileged to have experienced Adam. We'd rather experience the pain of losing him rather than never have actually knowing him at all. People have to know that, you know, life, the simple things in life are free. Life is too short to be worrying about all of these crazy things that are out there. You know, the love of a child, the love that's in a family, you can't buy that.
It is the simple things. The simple things. You know, once you can have a good marriage and your kids are happy, that's priority number one.
So the message really was, if Adam's death was to mean anything, it was that every child would get an extra 5 minutes of playtime a day, and that they were told that they were loved before they went to sleep every night.
Both of us had a very strong feeling together from even the second he died. From the time he took his last breath, we just knew that we were I suppose, not positive immediately, because of course you're distraught and devastated, and sometimes I think we still are. But our drive was maybe each other, or the kids, or the happiness we had before, and we said, we just can't let this kill us. Can't let this end what the happiness we had. And Adam was such a happy boy, and he's such a good boy, that we were determined to beat it.
But what got us through a lot of things were there's other people 10 times worse, 100 times worse. And I think we got a lot of strength out of that, and we decided that we were going to celebrate Adam. One minute you're happy, and then sometimes we have a day where we're just really fed up, and we're miserable, and we can't shake. Well, I'm probably worse. Jackie's better, but there's some days Jackie's, you know, I'm going around and I'm like really bad mood and fed up and whatever, and I would never used to be like that. And then maybe 2 or 3 days later, I realised, okay, that was another waft of the grief and the pain hitting me. And it's dreadful because sometimes you don't recognise that you're grieving. And it's a killer.
Recognise pain, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's hard for Jackie to recognise what's wrong with me, and you know she may think, or same with me with Jackie, and
it's difficult on marriages.
It's hard. So you have to really work at it.
And grief is very much an individual thing. It's not a couple thing. It's very much a man has his grief, a woman has her grief, and hopefully you'll meet somewhere in the middle. You know.
Yeah. I went back to work and I knew straight away, I'm not going to survive here. What am I going to do? I'm never going to last. I'll be fired before too long, because I just wasn't committed anymore. And you know, as Jackie said, we started writing the books. They weren't going to be anything, and it's been a way for me and.
But Ben, Benji had the laptop and was roaring into the laptop.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Writing down and just roaring, crying. My therapy was, I suppose you could call, getting pregnant pretty quickly after, and yours was the books and writing about Adam.
I think what helped us through is we'd no guilt, we'd no blame, we'd no regrets with Adam, we'd none of those things. And really, if anybody had to experience any of those, that's the hardest part of grief, is to get over all of these type of things. You know, I'm not an expert of studying grief, but I'd say that it's, you know, there's 7 or 8 key emotions that you would have, and anger, guilt, regret, blame, remorse, all of those things are part of them. So we were pretty much halfway down the grieving road before we started, because we were able to remove a lot of those emotions and get them to one side. Then there was, an understanding, an acceptance, and a dealing with this. And I suppose the understanding for us came was, well, maybe Adam was here because these books had to be written and all the kids had to be told they're loved. So we've found something within Adam that is to be celebrated and to be loved. So we're very lucky.
Still a battle. It's 3 years on. We still have our dark days. Still have our really hard days and nights. But most of the time, we just try to be happy for our family and for today, and worry about tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone used to say, look, time's a great healer. And it often feel like it was so hollow. And people say, look, I know it sounds hollow and I know, it's a cliche, but, time does heal. And it does, 100% it does. But lying awake at 4 o'clock in the morning not too long ago, I kind of realised, time is a great healer, but you have to wind your own watch for time to work. Because you can't sit back and expect anything to happen to you for your grief to get to a stage where you can live with it. Any pain that you might be experiencing, anxiety, financial problems. Do you know what I mean? Time always will get you by any of those things, but you have to make things happen. You have to be positive, and you can't just wait and be a taker of time. You have to, put into time.
That's a difficult one.
Well.
All I know is initially I wanted it to happen very quickly because I wanted to be with Adam, is my first immediate answer. I immediately, I did have thoughts of, I didn't want to be here anymore. I wanted to be with Adam. But I couldn't, because I had a husband that I loved and kids that I loved that were here, and family, and I feel he is around us. I suppose in relation to death, I feel that Adam is helping us along the way. There's no way that Benji did the books or we're living our life just on our own. He is helping us. So he is there, as puppet on a string, whatever. He's helping us. He's guiding us along.
Death, for me, has just been pure pain and loss and horrific grief, but it's funny, I've absolutely no fear of death.
No fear.
We haven't, if it's wherever Adam is,
for our children. Fear for them.
You want to protect your children as much as you can, and whatever is there, I believe certainly that Adam is an angel, and I believe in there's something really, really big and powerful out there, but whatever is there, Adam is already there. And I suppose I just can't wait to, wherever he is, whether I see him again or not, but hopefully, as we all do, we will. And I just believe that if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
Yeah. We went to a bereavement camp with Barrettstown, and they made us laugh again. They made us celebrate Adam, and they made us feel that we weren't alone. And they have bereavement camps, but they also have camps for children who have either are still battling their cancer or are in remission or are cured. They give children their confidence back.
And the parents,
because
because you come down as a family and you're all so fragile and you're all so, you haven't a clue where you are, and including the kids, because the kids are looking at you as the people that's supposed to be minding them, and you're so fragile yourself, and they know how to mind all of you. It's like a big bit of cotton wool, and they just mind the parents, the kids, in a really happy environment. You don't all sit around crying. It's a celebration as well. You said there's a celebration of life. They do it at night time. It's over a year. You go 3 times over a year, and they help you along that year. So it's was a really important year for us, because they just guided us along. And for the kids are with other kids that their brother or sister have died. You're with parents that their child has died, and you just chat. in a really safe environment and a really comfortable environment where you can say anything. And the kids are so happy. It's like a wonderland. You can smile. You can be a unit, a happy family again.
Never feel guilty for smiling.
Yeah, never. And you know, it's good to celebrate life.